ready? Please head back to your seat, or at least make your way back in for our final startup pitches. I do. Please welcome Leo to the stage.
All right, so I gotta start by apologizing that they didn't get the right fonts for us, so it's gonna look a little weird probably in some of them. So please forgive the presentation. But I want to thank also all the panelists. They made my job a lot easier because everything that you're gonna hear right now is gonna feel very apropos. I'm with Leo. We're the insurance agent's personal assistant. We're trying to make agents' life a lot better and help them engage with their consumers in a much more meaningful way. You know, the industry has been threatened, and everyone's reading about how brokers are going away, but we all know that that's not true. The reason why there's so much fear-mongering and gloom and doom in this space is because agents control a large majority of the non-life premiums. They control $340 billion of that. That's independent agents and brokers that control the customers and have the customer information at their fingertips, something that the majority of the industry is not able to tap into. And when we look at regular carriers, direct carriers, they're only 10% of the industry. So obviously there's a lot of space here for innovation, a lot of space here for consumers to leverage their data in a much more meaningful way. But there's something that's pulling agents back, and that's why we see a lot of innovation in the space. And we identified three main things. First of all is inefficiency. That's not something that people are shocked to hear, that routine tasks take hours and sometimes days to fill in a simple form. Second thing is paper. There's a lot of paper that makes it hard to keep up with customers and the changing needs in their life, right? So we're talking about customers' lives changing all the time and when to offer them the right kind of insurance. And the last thing is the user interface, right? Dated faxes and phones in an era where we're looking for a digital, omni-channel, 24/7 experience because of the FANGs. Thanks to Donna for introducing that term for everybody. So we came together and we tried to figure out how we can make agents' lives better. So that's why we created Leo, to empower agents to deliver a faster, more personalized, and automated customer experience, really using our AI machine learning solution in a white label form so they can feel that it's their own personal assistant, it's their own really customer experience. So let me show you what Leo can do. And there's no sound, so forgive also the sound. So with Leo, you're able to integrate with social media and get life updates about what is happening in your customer's life. You're able to generate quotes. You're able to get them at the time where the need arises. They bought a new Apple Watch. You want to offer them a warranty. They have a new kid that they need to maybe add to their life insurance policy or up their life insurance policy. So Leo helps figure out the right ways and the right times to introduce to your customers these new offerings or cross-sales or upsells for their current policies. So we help really untangle the customer service and the customer journey, as people were mentioning, and really introduce a virtual smart assistant that's available 24/7 to generate the quotes, modify policy, and do much more, really in a fun conversational way that customers are used to work with. But the real value is really in the data, right? We collect a lot of data from social media, with the conversations with the customers, and we combine it with the agency management system, government records, and other third-party vendors to get a much more holistic view of the customer, so then you can service them in a much better way. So what you end up is smart insights that helps you drive sales, increase the conversion rate, but still maintain that personalized touch because we let them feel like they know their customers better and they know when to introduce their customers to new offerings as the life changes. No way.
I've been waiting for innovative products such as Eloquent. This is truly the beginning of the revolution in this industry.
So, as Brian said, we're offering a smart communication tool that helps agents attract the customers of today and better engage with them, but also the customers of tomorrow, all with a side of increasing revenues in a cost-efficient way that doesn't require hiring more people, doing more manual stuff, getting more faxes out there, really focusing on doing it in the smart way, so leaving a lot more room for high-value, low-frequency tasks that really give the added value that customers want from their agents. Our team is made out of serial entrepreneurs, techies, and a couple of insurance experts. And what we've been doing for the past year and a half is really learning the industry and the pain points and the needs of these smaller independent agents and brokers, understanding the consumers and also the carriers, and trying to bring a much more holistic way to introduce customer experience and better engagement tools. And I invite you to talk to us, talk to me later on, and see the future of insurance brokerage. Thank you. Any questions? I know it's 4 p.m. I know you've heard a lot of those, so I'll understand if not, but want to give the stage for questions? No? All right. Well, I'm right out there, so thank you.
And next up is Boundless. Welcome Boundless to the stage.
Hi, I'm Mike Kruger. I'm a co-founder at Boundless. First of all, just in the nature of any discussion on insurance, a couple of disclaimers. I'm the CTO, so this is not going to be particularly polished. I'm sorry. Secondly, I'm Australian and I love what I do. So when I get quite passionate, I get excited. I tend to speak quickly. Combined with my accent, if you're having trouble following me, stick your hand up and I'll slow down. And thirdly, Boundless, all our clients are in Asia, and Australia, and UK at the moment, so we don't have any US clients. So we're still trying to figure out how we fit in the US market. So if I'm using terminology like the insurers, at this point, I'm not ruling out the brokers. We just haven't figured it out. I think at this point, what seems to be the case is our platform is going to be an assistant for agents. I think Leo is doing something very similar to what we're doing. We're a slightly different bent on it, but I'll get to that. So, first of all, the main problem we're tackling is a situation where users of insurance, or insurance members, hate speaking to their insurers. Just a quick anecdote. One of our clients was very excited about introducing some sentiment analysis in their call centers. And they led with a press release because they thought this was really cool, and were horrified when someone pointed out that some members might think that by swearing at the call center operator, or the automated system, that they'd get through the call process faster. And yeah, as you can imagine, his horrified sounds when he looked at the data and indeed found that there was lots of swearing going on to try and cut through the call center. He was even more horrified to discover that this wasn't an increase. This was just standard procedure. Apparently, the recordings in Cantonese with swearing were quite entertaining. So I think we're all kind of familiar with this experience. We can also see that the situation with insurers, their engagement is a bit lackluster in terms of ensuring that their members engage with all their services. And the end effect is that the insurers end up paying for the poor lifestyle decisions of their members. Yeah? So these members, they have poor lifestyles, they develop lifestyle disease, and the insurers end up paying the cost. So instead of that situation, Boundless tries to make the relationship more of, instead of being an insurance partner, a health partner. Yeah? So customers use a white-labeled mobile app which provides text-based coaching, exercise and fitness, nutrition and sleep. And it's powered by AI, and it's personalized using wearable data. So it's your own personal trainer in your pocket. So we incentivize and encourage healthy behavior. We deploy scalable preventative health programs, and we pull data from wearables and conversation. So insurers use our platform because we help them attract, engage healthy young members, offset the cost of the aging demographic. We improve the health of their members that they have. We identify the members that are likely to develop lifestyle diseases, and we roll out programs to reduce the risk of that, and we help automate claims. Looking at market size, lots of zeros, lots of Bs. And our performance is quite interesting. So what we can see is that 30% of our users send our health assistant one message a day or more, every day. 60% of users share their data, and this is from some sort of wearable. And we integrate with 250-odd third-party apps. We see an increase in activity levels. Looking at any particular cohort, the third bottom cohort, the least active, we see almost a doubling in activity levels. And we see an average of 6 conversation sessions per week in the most recent pilot we've just completed with Bupa. So users find it very engaging. And gosh. So at the completion of a recent pilot, there's some comments from some of the users. Generally speaking, they're all extremely sad to see the agent going away and wish it would be back very soon. Our business model is a SaaS, so service as a service. Thank you, whoever coined that one. So the insurer pays a fee per active user per month. And at this point, we're looking for partners to help us reimagine how insurance works. Thank you very much.
Next up is Life.io. Welcome Life.io to the stage.
Oh, it's bright up here. Hello, everyone. So my name is Pierre Wang, and I'm the Vice President of Business Development at Life.io. So what is Life.io? Life.io is a digital consumer engagement platform for life insurance carriers, brokers, and agents. How do we do this? We do this through 3 components on our platform. The first is called Engage. This is how policyholders interact with our platform through games, competitions, through linking their wearables, and customized content. And the data we're able to collect this continuous interaction are physical, mental, financial health, as well as lifestyle events. The second piece is called Connect. This is how policyholders create a community on our platform, can invite their friends and families, and this is also where we're able to capture referral leads for you. The third piece is called Advise. This is where Life.io recommends products and services to policyholders based off of their life change events. There's a study done by Deloitte which lists the top 4 life change events that impacts life insurance ownership. They are getting married, having a child, buying a house, and changes in financial situation. Imagine when these events occur and we can ping you directly. So let's recap. What do? We're a white label digital consumer engagement platform that tracks your policyholders. We track their physical changes, financial needs, and lifestyle events. How does this help you? This helps you by capturing referral leads and new customers. This helps you shorten the buying cycle by starting the education process sooner, upsell and cross-sell by understanding what your customer needs, and also improving the value of your relationship with your customers. Here's our current traction. We're in 9 countries around the world. We're about to be 10 very soon. We work with 25% of Fortune Global 100 companies, and through our insurance clients. And here are some user data. 40% of all our users are monthly active users. They spend on average 4 minutes and 47 seconds per session, and they visit our platform 7 times a month. In addition, they invite 6 friends onto our platform. Of the 6 friends they invite, 3 joins, and they're highly likely to become active users. So what do? We provide you with a simple tool to capture more value from your customers. We understand how awkward it is for you to ask your clients for referrals. So why don't you let us do it for you? Questions? Thank you.
Next up is Paladin Cyber. Welcome, Paladin.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Daniel Bilbao. I'm the co-founder of Paladin Cyber. I was thinking about why you should care about speaking with me, and in the last talk, someone said that brokers are interested in finding ways to differentiate with tools and service, products to offset greater financial exposure, and new players and disruptive models. That is exactly what we do. More importantly, we're hackers. So if you don't want to pay attention, you want to piss us off, sure. But again, we're hackers. And we have 300 companies on our platform, and every single one we've gotten. So just be careful. My name is Daniel, like I said. The problem that we're trying to solve in all seriousness is we protect small businesses from getting hacked. I like to joke that there's a world where you believe hacking is going away, or one where you think it's here to stay, and that's the problem that we're trying to solve. Now, our plan is to become the one-stop shop for cybersecurity for small and medium-sized businesses, and we have the right team to do that. I'll get into that at the very end. But the key for us is instead of trying to build a business around cybersecurity or insurance, we realize that you have to build something that companies want. And when it comes to your customers, they want 3 things. They want to not get hacked. They don't want to buy insurance. They want to not get hacked. That's the number 1. They want to avoid financial loss, and they want to fix the damn problem, right? I got hacked. I need to get it sorted out. So for us, how do we avoid it? And the key insight, and if you take anything away from this talk, is that the only way that you protect businesses from getting hacked and you reduce that exposure is by changing people's behavior and through software protection. But the majority is through people's behavior. So we went out and we built that. We built a platform called Paladin Shield that what it does is it takes your employees from your customers, we actively phish them and hack them, and then we teach them how hackers attack them, and that way we reduce the risk. The key insight is that the vast majority of successful attacks come from hacking. So if you reduce that risk, then you reduce the likelihood of getting claims. And you see that cyber used to be quite profitable, and the claims were particularly low. As prices come down, and you're particularly exposed, and your portfolios will be exposed, what you need to do is become proactive about reducing that risk, and that's exactly what we do. Now, the second piece of that is that we stop the attack before the page loads. So we built a browser extension. It's a complete web traffic solution that does anti-phishing, XSS protection, weak password management, token jacking, and theft device. This is basically something that costs $25 a month per user in the market, and we put it all in one for something like $5 a month. And this is something you can offer to your customers, and it will absolutely protect them from getting hacked, and you will get less claims and additional revenue. Now, the other 2 points, which is why this is interesting, is companies want 2 things. They want to avoid the financial loss, that's quote for insurance, and they want to fix the problem. So our ability, from an insurance standpoint, we can provide 30-second underwriting, dynamic evaluation of risk, and engagement with customers. The last 2 points, dynamic evaluation of risk. I don't go on the outside and try to figure out what your risk position is. I attack your employees, and I can tell you, this group sucks, this group's good. These ones are going to expose you. We train them, and we reduce them. And then when you take our 300 companies, Hippo Insurance, unhackable. VCs, not so much, right? Then on the engagement side, we provide a report every month to both employees and the admins where we can show them how they do, where they were hacked, and we actually show them a little video of them getting caught, and that changes the behavior, right? And then finally, we're vertically integrated, so we've gone through the trouble of learning how to spell insurtech and insurance, so we're quite knowledgeable of that. What we're looking for, actually the last point is we are absolute cyber experts. So my co-founder is a part of the CDAP teams, the cyber research teams. He's done mission in 7 countries. We have access to north of 100 breach response experts. So what we do is we take the abilities of people that work for the DoD, NSA, and the very best, and we put them at the disposal of our customers. So we provide prevention, insurance, and if you were to get hacked, we backstop that. We backstop it by being able to solve the problem for you. Now finally, we have over 300 companies on our platform. This is both for prevention as well as insurance and as well as breach response. And we're building, from our standpoint, the future of protection. So if you are interested in driving more revenue from your customers, but actually solving a problem for them, like being a trusted advisor, reach out to me. That's my email. I don't do cards, but I do LinkedIn. And then I'd be happy to work with you. Because our key now is distribution and working with as many companies as possible to help protect them. Thank you.
Next up is GoodIQ. It's up there. It's up there.
Hi there, good afternoon everyone. My name is Ian Foley. I am the CEO of GoodIQ. And we work with insurers and banks to help them find new business customers. This company is my 4th startup. The other 3 ended up having results, exits, and we turn over $200 million back to investors. This particular company is really focused on using data like the others, but we decided to target a really difficult segment of the marketplace. The hard segment of the marketplace is the small to medium-sized business. How do you target that market? We've been talking to banks and insurers for some time now. They all say, we really want to be able to get deep in this marketplace, but it's really hard to find the right customer at the right time. If we do find the right customer, how do we know that they're actually going to be a good fit for our product? So we thought about this problem, and we thought, how could we solve this? And we thought, really what the challenge is, it's a data problem. Because if we knew a lot about these companies, it'd be so much easier, just like in publicly traded companies, to make decisions about whether they are a good fit for your insurance products. So what we applied is we applied machine learning to this. We thought machine learning would give us insights on small businesses to find which ones were the right fit. So what we built is a platform of 21 million US businesses, small businesses. This massive database we then mined, looking for active signals of insurance intent. And not just general intent, actually specific products. So we know, for example, which companies have workers' comp insurance policies about to expire. That's one example of a signal. Another signal could be, we know which commercial transportation companies may have a large number of aged vehicles, or how many miles they've driven. These are good signals that can be used for commercial auto policies. So it's tying specific signals in our data to individual products in the marketplace. So how we're different? This depth of our data is fairly unique. I mean, a lot of companies out there, D&B, et cetera, have maybe 28 million records. We have 21. We thought it's a good number, but they have more. What we're different, though, is that we've gone out and found real depth in certain key areas that reflect what insurers are asking us for, what brokers are asking for us right now. So a big area is commercial auto. A big area is workers' comp, P&C. These are key areas that we have developed competency in and got in depth. The second is the self-learning piece. So this is where the AI comes in. So it's not just an instance of, okay, we've now found an interesting company that may have a workers' comp policy coming up. What we do is that we allow our customers to not just initially use our data, but then ingest that data back into our database. And then we learn how they perform that data. We do what's called lookalike modeling. So for example, let's say you already have a customer list of 1,000 businesses that have been successful. If you want, you could upload that customer list into our database, and we'll find 4,000 that look like your existing customers. Or you can mine our data, find maybe 200 of those of the ones you take out from us that work for you, and then put them back in, and we'll find 1,000 that look like it. So it's learning. It's learning from how you engage, how you find success with our data. And the second is how to create a scalable way to keep this updated. Because the hard thing about small to medium-sized business data, how do you keep it accurate? We've found a really unique way to do that using tools out on that we've developed again, using AI and predictive analytics. So how do you access this? We've created a platform called Sophie. Sophie is a self-serve web platform where you go on, access the data, the brokers can go there and use it to go and find the right business for them. They can then upload their data. It's all designed to be self-serve. We also have a managed service offering, but this is a great way to give power to the hands of a large broker labor force. We have been deployed now across banks such as Chase, Barclays, and now in the insurance business, folks like Marsh. And what we've been able to prove is that we go in there and say, what are your existing benchmarks? For example, with a group at Marsh, we're able to say, how long does it currently take your brokers to go and find new businesses? We're finding typically it takes them 10 to 12 hours per week to go and research for these businesses. We can reduce that to half an hour. For the more than that, we can also reduce the fact that with the business they do find are more relevant for the actual underwriting and support, because we're able to use the right business risk analysis, credit risk analysis to determine which are the right businesses. So a combination of the right businesses and more targeted approach means higher productivity. Your brokers are out there being more efficient with their time at the top of the funnel. And as a result, it seems higher conversion rates, 4x conversion rate improvements. So I'm going to stop there. Thank you very much for your time. Any questions? I'm going to challenge someone for a question. Well, I'll say one typical question we ask is, how do you find this data? It seems crazy. How do you get 21 million business records? And the way that we did that is we went out and sourced it by building our own unique platform, finding the right folks to target, working with public data to go and supplement that to create this much larger database. That's the most typical question people ask. But I thank you very much for your time, and have a great afternoon. Thank you.
Next up is Homesotta. Eloquent Labs will be our final company. So welcome, Homesotta.
Good afternoon. My name is John Bedreza, co-founder of Homesotta, which is a digital home management platform. The insurance industry has a huge problem called lack of customer engagement. It starts with the typical cycle of you sell an insurance policy, you do nothing for a year, and you send the customer a renewal with a few percentage point increase, hoping they don't notice. No meaningful touch points during that entire year. Let's flip the coin and think about what a homeowner thinks. They don't think about insurance every day during those 365 years. It's a journey. They bought that house. Then they're going to own that house for 7 years. And then they're going to turn around and sell it. And let's face it, when you move into that house, pain and chaos sets in. Things start to break because you forgot to do preventative maintenance tasks. You're way over budget on that kitchen remodel. You realize you're underinsured because your friend's house burned down, and they're the ones dealing with the fact that they're underinsured. And you lose track of all the financial metrics because it's one of the largest net assets in your personal wealth as it relates to the equity in your home, the amount of the value of it. Should I refinance? All these kinds of questions. Homesotta solves all these problems with a digital home management platform that combines multiple apps, content, and data to help a homeowner manage what is their largest financial asset and biggest expense. Our customers love the platform because they can log in via a mobile, tablet, or desktop and access their private and secure account. And as a result, we have homeowners that are in all 50 states, 20 international countries, every generation, every kind of home, from a condo to a single-family home to large multi-million-dollar mansions. Our dashboard application provides the user the ability to navigate different apps, but more importantly is the news feed at the bottom that gives the homeowner constant recommendations on how to improve their home from an insurance, maintenance, projects, finance perspective. We have a home inventory app that predicts the common items in the room and guides the user to creating a bunch of photos in a digital home inventory to make sure they're properly insured. We create a maintenance calendar for them that's going to remind them of all the things that they need to do to make sure their home is operating efficiently. We guide them through 40 common home improvement projects to make sure that they're on budget, keeping track of those costs and holding the contractor accountable. We consolidate all their financial information and we update the value of their home every month, calculate their mortgage, calculate what their estimated equity is. And imagine at the end of this journey, you decide you're going to sell your house. You and your real estate agent can actually share the digital history of your house to differentiate your house from competing houses in the market. And I, as the buyer, could inherit that almost like a Carfax for your house. As a result, we have these highly engaged users, and as we all know, consumers need to buy products and services. So the next layer of our strategy is a very engaging advertising platform where we want to connect homeowners to products and services that they need. They need to buy air filters. They need to find somebody to fix their garbage disposal. They need to find a contractor to do that kitchen remodel. They want to refinance their loan. They want a home equity loan. All of those become opportunities for us to connect that homeowner to those multiple curated platforms and marketplaces. The market size in the US is a $25 billion market because we can target essentially every homeowner, every buyer and seller, and all the advertisers who want to deliver products and services to those people. And because we have customers in 20 international countries, we estimate that the total addressable market is double that when we look at the international market opportunity. We've gone to market as a B2C company, which is where we've proven unit metrics over getting consumers to sign up to our product, tens of thousands of users using the tool. However, we also have a B2B2C partnership opportunity where we've secured partners in the insurance, mortgage, real estate, and home improvement industry. And we've conducted pilots and have a couple of other pilots scheduled with the top 2 insurance companies, top 2 mortgage companies, and the largest real estate broker in the United States. And they all have the same problem, which is lack of customer intimacy. I sell them a transaction. How do I get them to do repeat business with me a year later, 2 years later, 7 years later? Basically, our solution now is, from the insurance perspective, an agent or a broker or a carrier can actually provide their customer this digital home management tool in a premium branded way, which means you're the one that's being present during that entire homeowner journey. You're engaging the customer in all those touch points along the way, and you're actually going beyond the policy and actually helping the homeowner manage their largest financial asset. And the value is huge. In the United States alone, the top 10 P&C companies spend $3.5 billion a year on primarily marketing and TV ads, basically going to homeowners in a 100% saturated market, trying to get them to switch from one carrier to the next. With Homesotta, your ad is displayed 5 to 6 times a month in a very, meaningful way, because you're there during those natural touch points that the user is looking to an advice over how do I actually manage my house better. Also, other value propositions is this could increase your renewal rates. Our product encourages the customer to increase their coverage to make sure that they're properly insured. One pilot insurance company told us that proactive customers who are proactive on preventative maintenance are probably less likely to have things break, thus less likely to have claims. And you could even incent those customers to share this rich data back with you that could perhaps help in your risk management and pricing strategies. So in conclusion, we know that this is a proven opportunity. We're looking to scale that by looking for more insurance partnerships, both at the carrier and the broker and the agent level, as well as we're also in the market to raise a Series A. If you're interested in either of those opportunities, please contact me at jbedrosic@homesotta.com. And thank you very much, and I'll open it up for questions. What we charge an agent, they can at an individual unit, it's $50 per property that basically gives the customer a 1-year subscription to that, and then they can renew their branding ad for $5 a year. And there's obviously multiple volume discounts that we can offer if a company comes to us with a volume greater than 1. But it is a self-service model today as well. Any other questions? Thank you very much.
Please welcome our final company for the day, Eloquent Labs.
Hi, everybody. I'm Brandon Maddock. I'm Vice President of Product at Eloquent Labs. I'm really excited to talk to you today about the future of interacting with customers in this industry. First, we need to look at the history of customer service. Typically, customer service has faced a problem, and that is trying to balance quality and efficiency. Usually adding more of one means giving up a little bit of the other, but chatbots were supposed to come along and provide a solution to all of this. Here we are, though, at the end of 2017, and I'm sure that a lot of the chatbots you've seen and demonstrated within your businesses are not at the point where you would want to put them in front of a customer. Why is that the case? I argue that it's because people are going about building chatbots incorrectly. You don't build a good chatbot with hundreds of engineers and tens of millions of dollars and large data sets. The way you build a good chatbot is with expertise in natural language processing and a familiarity with cutting-edge academic techniques. We can look at companies that tried the first option, like MD Anderson, and spent over $60 million with IBM before pulling the plug on a faulty solution. Eloquent Labs, on the other hand, was founded by 2 top Stanford natural language processing researchers that left extremely promising careers in academia to bring the new academic techniques to industry in a way that works and is valuable. This is the technology I'm going to demonstrate for you today. I've made a quick website that sells socks, and you're going to see 3 main features of this technology. It's pretty quick due to time, so I'll try to go through it quickly. So here we have this website that sells socks. Oops, let me go back here. And the video doesn't look like it's playing. That's okay, though. We can just talk about these 3 features, no problem. The first is a feature any good bot company should have, and that's the ability to answer frequently asked questions. You've seen a lot of probably products that you input 100,000 question-answer pairs, and when a customer asks a question, the bot can look through this database and supply them with an answer. The difference between Eloquent and some of the other technologies that you might have seen is that we're very robust to linguistic variations and typos that a user might have. With other chatbot companies, you might have to insert 20, 30 different ways to ask a question, but with our NLP algorithms, just one rephrasal of the question is all you need to capture the entire span of rephrasals that a customer might ask. The second piece of the technology, which I'm really excited about and I wish we could have shown today, is the ability to read text, unstructured data, whether that's PDFs, Word documents, internal information you have in a database within your business, stuff you already have institutionally. We can read this unstructured data, and when a customer has a question about it, we can provide them with the answer. You can imagine, God forbid, a customer doesn't read their policy, but they have questions about it. This bot can read their policy for them and provide them with the answers necessary. Or say an agent's out in the field and they want to know information that was in their training documentation but they may have forgotten. We can read their training documentation and provide them with that answer in real time. The final thing we can do is automate processes, custom processes, whether it's someone checking the status of a claim or somebody wanting to alter an existing policy. We can plug in with any APIs your agents are currently using or REST endpoints in a database to alter and provide information to customers automatically. Now, I wish we could have shown the demo because the difference really between our chatbot and some of the other technologies you've seen is it's truly conversational. In this conversation, I'm never clicking buttons. There's never just GUIs placed in a chat interface. It's a very conversational interaction where I can pause, I can pivot topics abruptly. I'm not stuck in one line of conversation with this bot. Now, why is that important? That's important because when the GUIs are good at capturing data when the customer is trying to do something that's available in the GUIs. But what if the customer is trying something out of domain? This data is just lost. The customer exits out of the chat interface, and you get none of that data. In this case, you're still able to see what your customer was trying to do, what their pain points are, and a full sentence conversation where you can extract meaningful data and sentiment analysis from your customers. Now, why can Eloquent perform conversational analysis when a lot of other bot companies can't? The reason is that we cheat. Artificial intelligence is not good enough today to put in front of your customer at a quality that you would expect or that you would hope that you could provide. So what do we do when our AI is unsure? Instead of guessing, we actually reach out to trained AI supervisors, human beings at Eloquent, that we staff online 24/7. See, someone comes online and says, hey, I'm Sunny. The bot's like, is Sunny your name? Is it a weird way to talk about weather? Is it how you're feeling? It'll reach out to a human representative, construct a multiple choice question asking for extremely granular data that can help it. And while the agent is typing, the bot updates its models and responds. This is how we can achieve human-level accuracy at machine-level costs, and why we're able to perform so much better than other bot companies on the market. This is why over 24 companies are already trusting Eloquent with their customer support, and why I'd be very happy to talk with you about applications of this technology within your business units. Thank you so much for your time. I'll leave the rest of my time to questions. Yeah, I can go back to the video. It's kind of long, though. Oh, there we go. Perfect. So I start by asking all a frequently asked question here. Why are they called charity socks? There's only one question-answer pair in the database. So even though I phrase it as why are they called charity socks here, in the database, I phrase it as why call them charity socks. We're still able to pick up on it, recognizes that's the same question. I think I also misspell why there, and it's able to pick that up as well. Now we'll demonstrate the machine reading function. I ask how much are they. As I mentioned, I didn't put that in the knowledge base, so it has to read the page to get the answer, and it finds that they're $1 per pair. I then ask, will the socks make my feet smell? And the bot reads the description and finds that the weave of the socks allows your feet to breathe. That's a pretty nuanced question, though, actually, when you think about it. So yeah, this is usually where I talk about how this is useful for people in the field and for customers that are interested in a policy, et cetera, et cetera. And then at the end here, you'll see a task, and this is where I really go into a deep conversation with multiple back and forth. I pause. I don't have some of the information the bot is requesting. Here we go. I say, great, I'm excited to get mine. Where is my order? Bot understands I'm trying to track the order. I don't know my order number because who keeps that around? Another typo there. I say, never mind, I want to try something else. And then eventually I'm done talking to this bot. And yeah, so there's a demonstration of the conversation. I usually have a laptop up on stage so I can actually make this interactive, and you can see that this isn't all scripted. But if you'd like to meet with me one-on-one, I have the computer set up at a table, and you can try talking to it yourself. So thank you all for your time.
Thank you, everyone, for spending your day with us. And our next InsurTech event is on December 6th. That's our Winter Summit. Today, you saw 8 of 35 of our current program companies. So there's a lot more companies to get to know. Food and drinks are provided in the back. It's still raining and wet out, so we're going to keep it in here. Thanks again for coming. Drive home safe.